down. So, move on. I don't lose my voice. Okay. All right, you guys. All right. You know where we're standing right now, right this second.
Lexington.
Lexington what?
It's a battle green.
Right here. All right?
It's a shot.
This is the birthplace for our country, freedom and liberty, right here. Do you feel honored? Are you happy? Are you grateful? Do you love this country? All right. So I'm going to go over the whole thing. Be quiet, Jeff. I'm going to go the whole thing with you guys. All right? So when the British left Boston on April 18, 1775, they left around 10:30 p.m. They marched all night, about 15 miles, to reach Lexington. They were wet, in the swamp, they exhausted, and they made it here around 5 a.m. the next day. Now we're in April 19, 1775. Already, Captain Jonathan Parker lined up his 77 fighters on this side, the flagpole, and the British lined up on the other side, the flagpole. General Thomas Gage, his policy and his quote, his policy, he didn't want to hurt any citizen of this town. He didn't want to have anyone killed. The mission was to find, destroy all their weapons, arrest the two leaders, wrap things up, then go back to Boston that day. None of this stuff happened. As I mentioned, just refresh your mind a little bit, the two leaders left town before the redcoats arrived, and the weapons get used in the battle to fight the British that morning. And his quote was, "Don't fire unless fired upon. But if I lose one soldier, I'm going to burn the whole town down." Sure enough, they lost few. We talk about numbers as we go. On this side, the green, Captain Jonathan Parker, his quote was, "Stand your ground and don't fire unless fired upon. But if they mean to start a war, Ray, let it begin here." All of a sudden, a shot was heard, came out of nowhere. 244 years later today, we still don't know who fired that shot. And that's what we call the first shot was heard around the world. If you're here in Lexington, people in Lexington will tell you, yes, happened here in Lexington. If you're down in Concord, we're talking about the shot. People in Concord will tell you, no, happened in Concord. They don't admit the battle here, but they say just a scrimmage. That's in my knowledge. The battle started in Lexington. That was the first stop and continued to Concord. The British opened fire, shot and killed that morning 8 brave men, 8 heroes, 7 of them from Lexington and 1 hero from Woburn. That's about 8 miles north of the city. His name, Asher Potter. He was a Minuteman, visiting friends here in Lexington, get shot and killed that morning. Please pardon my language. This is history. There was a gentleman living in Lexington and working at the Buckman Tavern. His name, Prince Estabrook. Prince Estabrook, my friends, he was a slave, and he was also a Minuteman. He was right here that morning on April 19, 1775. Get shot on the green, then died that day. A few years later, he joined the United States Army, and he died back in 1830 in Asheville. Captain Jonathan Parker got shot on the green. He died that day. He died 5 months later, same year, September 1775, at the age of 46. Jonathan Harrington got shot on the green. His house, I pointed that out earlier, the first white house down there. He didn't die. So he crawled to the house. His wife, Mary, was looking out the window, too scared to step outside. Men fighting, screaming, horses running around, this and that. Finally, he made it to the front steps. She ran outside, wrapped her arms around him. He died in her arms, and then her feet in the front of his children as well, too. Short time later, John Brown gets shot and killed. John Monroe gets shot and killed. Caleb Harrington gets shot and killed. We can go on and on, but total we lost 8 brave men that morning. 7 from Lexington and 1 brave man from Woburn. Where did we lay him to rest? You see that church down here today? That's First Parish today. But back in the mid-1700s, in the early 1700s, the white building wasn't a church, but just a meeting house. In the back of that white building, that's where we laid him to rest. That's the old area now. 1799, the white building became First Parish, so the reverend, the church, asked the federal government if they can have their remains buried somewhere else. Sure enough, the federal government came down here, recognized the battle on the green, And they built the smallest military cemetery in the United States, right here. Right here. We put the 8 heroes in there. 3 years later, the family of Ashok Bara asked if they can have his remains to be in his hometown. Sure enough, we dug him out, brought him to Woburn, and today, my friends, for this week, we have 7 heroes, all from Lexington. Who are these heroes? Their ages 16 and up. They were farmers. They were children. They were husbands. They were fathers, and they were also grandchildren as well. Left their home that morning for one cause. It's called common cause, and that's what they call it. What's the definition of common cause? For them, they have a country, freedom, and liberty. They weren't afraid to die. The color of their blood that morning changed the color from the green. They died for them to have a country, freedom, and liberty. And for us today, my fellow Americans, please don't forget, those heroes died for us today. Those are our forefathers, the father of this great nation we're living today. Our great nation is a nation of immigrants. Not everybody who got killed, in the battle was born here. There are a lot of Dutch, a lot of Irish, a lot of English, so we are a nation of immigrants. I'm a perfect example, standing right here with you guys today. We all came from somewhere. Could be you that came from somewhere out there. Could be your family, your parents. Could be your grandparents, really. Could be your great-grandparents who came from somewhere out there in the world. But guess what? We all Americans, and we all love this country. This great nation wasn't handed to us on a silver plate. We gave blood to earn it. And we all love it, and we're all so proud of it, and we're going to take good care of it. God bless you, my friends. And yes, God bless America. God bless America. Any questions so far? I'm not done yet. Go ahead. Some of them in there, in the old burial ground, and you're going to see a lot of the grave, as we drive them towards Concord, you're going to see them, okay? Some of them buried in Concord, some of them in Lincoln, and some of them in Boston, and some of them were taken back. Okay. So, some of the houses here, we call them witness home. Witness the battle on the green that morning. For example, that house down there with the flag up front, that was built back in 1729. Who lived there? Merritt and Nathan Monroe, and that was a witness house. Take a good look at that flag. Can you tell me right now, is that the American flag? Is that the British flag? What flag is that? Do you see the 13 stripes? Do you see the 50 stars anywhere? So it's not our flag, correct, Ray?
Yes, it is.
Okay? It's not our flag.
It's not our present flag.
Exactly, exactly, okay? Is that the British flag? No. So that was our flag back then before we became a country. That was our flag. Continental Army, right there. The Hamilton House, that's a witness house. The church today, First Parish, that's a witness house. Buckman Tavern, that was a witness house. That's how we get our story from people living, those houses back in time. Our history, my friends, in the United States is very young. The youngest history out there in the world. And guess what? It is very rich. And we are so proud. The Minutemen couldn't keep up with all the fighting. Can you imagine? 77 farmers against 700 very well equipped and trained soldiers. So we were outnumbered. So we were ordered to disperse, lay down your weapons, your rebels, and disperse. Where to? Concord. And that's where we're going next. Before we leave, this one for our men, women, and their families who serve and still serve in the United States military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, the Police Department, the Fire Department, and also the Intelligence Department as well. On behalf of the American people, my family, and myself, I want to send a special thanks for those heroes who sacrificed everything, put their life up front on the line for us to be safe in our home. And this one for our men and women and their families in our military. All right? Any question, anybody? All good? Off to Concord. Let's go.